Hello and welcome to Destination Divergence, episode 17. Where we last left off, you guys had looted this very large bone room after fighting off the skeleton man who was guarding his prize, whatever crystal this was, and gathering up all of the crystalline bones from around the room. I believe that's mostly what you did. It kind of took a while. There's lots of investigating. You identified some magic items. Tried to inspect around the room a little bit, but still haven't solved the mystery of the pedestals or the crystals or anything. But the day is yours. What will you all do?
Alright, so we've got a list.
We do.
Checking it twice.
Checking it as many times as we want.
Kieran is not allowed inside the secret base.
Aww. You've lost your secret base privileges.
For that terrible joke.
Unfortunate.
I was gonna say it, so kick me out too.
Alright, let me go take a look at the list.
I think probably reigniting the forge would be a big idea this week.
I've got a question.
Indeed.
How much food do we have?
Good question.
A good amount. We brought
Yeah, we don't have druids.
I
at
think
least a month.
I don't remember the details. I know Marcelo, or rather Karik, purchased a lot amount of raw food that he planned to cook for several meals. I think it was, like Nakarat said, about a month, but maybe he can help verify that when he gets back. If you wrote that down somewhere. I could check his sheet real quick too, in case he did. But
Was a month of food, sounds pretty good. Okay. Piece number 2, we identified all of the magic items / loot. I already claimed the great sword +1. Did we
I still have 9 days worth of food.
did we care who gets what?
What else
Because
is there?
I'm pretty sure nobody in the party would say no to that necklace of fireballs.
okay.
But I didn't know if everyone thought maybe there's a specific person who should have it.
Karik just is going to chime in with 25 days left of a party's worth of food.
25 days of food. That's a lot of food.
I
Alright.
Now, granted, I don't think you guys have eaten yet today.
But we can tick down day by day.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got tons of food. More than I thought we did.
Yeah.
So that's not really an issue.
Oh, we need to open the storeroom.
Yeah, alright, so Forge and Vault are probably Dross top priorities.
Yeah, that's true for Leroy as well.
Anybody else? Anybody else got any feelings?
I would love to do something to help, but I feel like my skill set
You
does
seem
not
like you'd be
help
awesome at carrying
at
bow.
all.
Or
feel like-
destroying bones.
Ooh, yeah, you want to break some bones?
Just go ape
Like-
shit on a room full of bones.
By carrying them?
Fine. I will help by emptying out the bone room.
If it makes you feel better, you can call it the Bone Zone.
Yeah, that does not make me feel any better.
That doesn't? Okay, I thought it
No.
might, but... Alright, clear out skeletons. We can also try clearing out rubble from those little side hallways downstairs.
Yeah, I'm very weak unless I'm using the astral arms, so that's also not my
Improving
thing.
improving the bunk room.
We also need
Copying-
to seal off the entrance.
Copying down the teleportation circle.
I don't know where I could get raw supplies, but I have weaver's tools, so I
Actually-
guess I could start making stuff for the rooms.
You
after
could
I clear off the bone zone.
you could take care of baiting out / disabling the vault room traps if you wanted.
Ugh.
Help with that.
After
mean-
a long rest,
I'll heal
because
when
I
it
have
gets hurt.
7 out of 28 hit points at the moment, apparently.
7 out of 28. That's not bad.
That's
I
awful.
think I think one person who can cast healing spells and one person who doesn't mind getting hurt would be good.
Don't you?
Probably.
You got dodgy monk stuff. You don't actually take
I
damage.
don't have that. I don't have that much dodgy monk stuff yet.
You don't have evasion yet?
No.
Alright, well, let's kill 10 gods so you can get evasion.
Right?
That's the solution there. See?
Yeah, no, I don't have evasion yet. Just going through D&D. Yeah, nope.
Okay.
I have slow fall, stunning strike, but
We
no.
need to light the place. Get it lit.
We do need to light the place. If you wanted to research the torches.
Yeah,
an
there
option.
are ever-burning torches here. Like,
Yeah.
the artificers could probably replicate them easily.
Yeah.
True. I bet Felicia might even be able to cast the same kind of magic.
I will stand by.
All right. Well, Dross will probably take forge with somebody.
I'll do that.
All right. So we got 2 people on forge.
Worth noting, you're going to need some supplies to fix up the forge.
Oh,
I think
what
I
kind
mentioned
of
that
supplies?
before.
Yes.
I
think you
don't
did
think
say
I gave a gold cost on it or specified actually the materials involved, but I'd say if you were to find a reasonably developed town nearby, Galt would count, and spent a little under 100 gold pieces, depending on what the merchant would want to sell you the supplies for. You could probably get that up and running again.
Alright. I have 1,000 ball bearings. Could I use those instead?
If you had a working forge.
Damn.
You could make something with those.
I see a logical issue here.
Yeah, I definitely have a problem with how that would work out. All right, so maybe we'll need to make a trip back to Galt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
there's that.
Hold on.
You do have quite a lot of raw metal, at least, from breaking down the gates. Although, again, you'd need some way to melt and shape that into something useful.
We
So,
might as well set up a business relationship.
Does
with
anyone
Galt.
have the heat metal spell? Because that would probably be useful.
No.
I got scared.
Dross doesn't know what spells are.
Fireball. Dross.
He will. Yeah, he will if he gets that necklace of fireballs.
Fair.
Technically, that's more artifice than spell, too. You're just throwing a grenade, basically.
Yep.
Remember that heavy red rock Mama gave you?
Oh, last thing I had, Jordan. I had found a pouch of those gold coins, those ancient gold coins,
Right.
in the desk. I never valued that.
No, I think we got most of them valued except for the ones that you had in that pouch, I guess. So I think the other characters, we went over that either last week or the week before, but yeah, each coin is worth 5 gold pieces in that bag. And we'll say there are...
I figured you just
Sorry, I
had it
lost
written.
track of the time.
No worries,
No worries.
welcome. So you
I figured
found
you-
17 coins in that bag.
Oh, okay, so 17 times 5 is math, 85.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, I will add 85 gold.
But maybe we could sell them for more to some chump.
I mean, I can write down that it's worth 85 gold technically.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's a pain.
17,
85 gold worth of, like, raw gold.
85.
Not
GP.
counting whatever nation would have backed it, their collector value, anything like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Collector value is what I would look for.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh, there's a special word for that that starts with S. It's not soteriological value, is it? I can't remember.
Sentimental.
No, it's like it's a special collector word. It's a silly one.
Alright.
No idea.
Well, unless someone else says I want that necklace of fireballs, I'm gonna put it in my inventory.
I don't think it would be particularly more well used for me. Aren't you in the front line most of the time, though?
I mean, I can throw one before I go in.
Facts.
Action Surge plus Necklace of Fireballs does sound pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah,
Holy shit, you're
that would
right.
be okay.
If people are vying
Jordan,
for it,
you just fucked yourself.
I'm here to make sure you guys have fun, alright? That's how that works.
All right,
Nekareth,
so
did you say you wanted it?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
well, when it first showed up, he said, "Please God, be a necklace of fireballs."
Well,
Okay, so that's sorted, and then there was the sword, there was the hilt, there was the orb of
What was the
incredible
hilt?
evil. Does someone
Orb
remember
of
what that
Incredible
hilt?
Evil.
Does someone remember what that hilt did?
the hilt was a conduit for whatever you put in it. And
Yeah, it
there's
was
a gem slot to use that.
Potentially with an orb we found that radiates
It's
just
incredibly evil.
extreme evil. I
Huh.
feel like we should put those together, don't you guys?
Probably
Oh,
not, but I
absolutely.
really want to fuck with it.
I'm inclined to say maybe we should find something non-evil, but you know.
Where is that orb currently?
It's like
In
sitting.
a backpack?
It's not. No, it's sitting in like a socket on the top of the throne there.
Oh well,
Okay.
I thought we put it in a. Yeah, did we not? We left it there.
If you did, that was a mistake on my part because you'd have to break it out. But
No, I'm pretty sure we haven't
someone-
touched it yet.
I didn't. I specifically did
people
not
said
touch
don't
it.
touch it and just inspect it. Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
was.
so I think I did it from afar. Yeah. Oh, you did touch it? In that case, roll a wisdom save.
What's that? You touched the eyeball? Okay. Which one of your eyes do you like less? Is there a spoon nearby?
Yeah,
So-
so
With no further ado, perhaps we get working.
all right. Oh God, what is my accent?
I believe it was something Slavic.
Yeah, it is, but I don't remember how to do it.
New one every day.
I believe it sounds something like this, but a little bit more broken.
All right. We cannot
There we go.
fix the forge, so
Yes.
the left
I
is the
suppose
vault.
we should head back to Galt then. Does anybody else need something?
Perhaps we can pick up more food.
What
Should we
all
bring-
did we do
Should we bring the horses?
before I got here?
Horses would be good. I don't know if I saw you guys with a cart.
It was mostly recap before you got here.
Okay.
All right. I don't hear anyone else mentioning things they want to do in the ruins still. So are you guys going to depart then?
That's right.
Are we all going back?
That's a good question.
I would assume I had rebuilt patch. Have we taken a long rest? Sorry.
Not since the
we
fight.
can do that.
We do need to take one long rest.
so
Gotta do that.
I'd like to spend the night here before we head out. If that's all right.
Very much agree.
That seems all right. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be everybody. What was that? Oh no.
What?
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 Oh, sorry, just reading the link.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me do one that actually works.
Oh, I've seen this.
I love that guy so much. Delaware. Oh no.
Delaware. It's like, why is this
Delaware.
one?
Is Delaware.
That's,
Why is this one Kansas, but this one is not Arkansas? America, explain.
Yes. Back on D&D though. Who is staying and who is going to Galt's?
Recently. Anyway.
I don't see any reason why a large number of us need to go, except for potentially carrying capacity.
Yeah. Does anyone have goals? That's my question. Who has goals?
I
Dress
could
has
go with you
goals.
to get supplies for furnishing and weaving shit.
Yeah, that I was
But
considering.
otherwise, that's all I got.
All right.
Like,
just
do
get, like, a
people have things they want to shop for? We got some gold, but not a ton. Like,
Otherwise, I'm just gonna be
Roughly
meditating by
400.
cleaning.
well, whoever's left could do things like start fixing up the sleeping quarters.
Clear some
Yeah, but we
rubble,
kind of
clear
need supplies for that.
skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will stay behind. I gotta take a nice rest, but then, even though I don't have any particular skills suited to this, I'm just gonna start doing some basic cleaning, just
Some
basic labor.
sweeping.
Yeah.
I'll stay behind as well. I want to spend some time working on some projects of mine.
Yeah, and also if you can work on those torches,
The torches.
potentially
Potentially the
torches.
vault as well.
I'll research
I was
this.
thinking maybe
what were the
Felicia or
torches?
Tarek could do
Sorry.
that. They're like Everbright Flames or something like that is the spell version.
Was there something wrong with them, or?
Oh, we just need more.
Oh, we just need to make more. Because they're
Oh,
not
okay.
everywhere and they're only in certain rooms. So we just need to get them.
All right, yeah, I can see what I can do.
Yeah, Kark, you would recognize the few torches you've seen so far that were still lit to be lit by the continual flame spell.
That's it.
I see.
Is there a material component to that spell?
Let me look.
There is indeed.
Ruby dust worth 50 GP.
Ah. I regret asking about it.
Not the cheapest spell in the world.
Not necessarily. So how much we might want to have priorities on lighting.
Can I roll an intelligence check to see if Kark would know that?
Sure, go for it.
Off the top.
Oh right, yeah.
Shit, I did not bring my dice. Roll 20 is a thing. Let's try this D&D roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so here for this.
We're doing it live. All right.
It's going to be a pretty low DC. I think you got this, but just in case it's funny, we'll see what happens.
2.
Waiting for it to actually be 2.
What was it? Just an intelligence check?
Yes, please. Or Arcana if you're proficient, since you're asking about a spell.
How do you roll it from roll 20? You just like.
So do you have... Did you get the extension I linked?
Oh, I didn't do the extension.
Yeah, you're going to have to roll yourself then, unfortunately.
Peasant.
Wow.
Had this thing for like 5 minutes.
That is an 11.
11, yep. You know all about that spell. It's one you've known for a while.
Yep. 50 GP it'll cost per torch. It'll seem like 50 gold's worth of ruby. Ruby dust, is it just ruby dust? Yeah, 50 GP of ruby dust per torch it'll take.
That's right.
Okay.
I have some gold that I can put towards it. Let me see. And he'll dig through his bag of holding and see. I'll put in I'll say 150 GP worth. What else does everyone else have to offer for torches, if that's what you want? In the I can see just fine around here, but for people who can't, I'm willing to put in 150.
I mean, I can see, but I'd like to brighten the place up. I could probably spare 100 for torches.
Okay, so we're at 250.
I'll throw a solid 200 in there, honestly.
Okay, well,
I'll throw
Tarek is
150 in
going
the
to
torch
give his
roll.
150 gold to one of the people who will be going into.
Yeah, either one of us could take it.
Who is it? It's Frost and Leroy, and who else is going?
Just as a note as well, the cost of the continual flame makes sense if you are going to be lighting an area for any longer than half a year. Otherwise, torches are cheaper. Just regular old torches, or some other light source.
If this, if we're gonna, I think it's assumed that we would stay here.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely,
Oh,
exactly.
Magic
yeah.
torches are definitely cooler. Don't get me wrong. Just pointing out that a regular torch only
How are we
costs
gonna
one
get on
copper
MTV
piece. So.
cribs with
For sure. And in the
torches?
meantime, me and Felicia can spend some time just setting up some regular torches. That wouldn't be
That's a
too
good point
hard.
too. Good point too.
Yeah, we could wait on that till a bigger payday, I suppose.
Yeah, but we can put in some money and like set up some cool ones if we wanted to. It's up to what people want to do.
Right.
I think probably they should be a lower priority, but still a real one.
Forge is definitely highest priority for me, other than getting the vault open.
Correct.
We need someone to copy down the teleportation circle.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that quite yet. I don't know if I'll ever know how to do that actually. I don't know if that's within my skill set.
It's
I
a
think Felicia
5th level spell.
A
Yeah.
5th level spell?
Yeah.
Earliest one,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, nothing we can do then.
We just need to copy it down so we can get back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eventually.
sure. Okay, I can spend some time just making the.
Yeah, as long as you write
yeah.
down the sigil sequence, you have like the phone number to get back to this place. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fax number. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure I can help figuring how that might work.
So we could also probably use some supplies for sprucing the place up a little bit.
In that case, Carrick will, instead of giving you 150 gold for ruby dust, he will give you 100 gold to get. Actually, no, he will give you 150 gold like he was gonna do before, but to get instead plenty of like non-perishable food supplies that we can keep here, that I can cook with, and then you can use the rest on whatever sort of supplies the place may need.
I've got an idea. Let's first take a long rest, get the vault open so this place is fully open, and then we'll move from there. We'll
That's a good
work
idea.
on like going somewhere, like going back to the town after that. Is that cool with everybody?
I'm sorry.
What? I was saying we should take a long rest first, then get the vaults open just all together. Then work on getting to the town after that, once we can like inventory and figure out what we need to do to fix this place up.
Sounds like
a plan.
It is a plan. Is it a good plan? Maybe.
It's an acceptable plan.
All right. So, Jordan, anything you want to do to us when we attempt a long rest?
I'm assuming you guys are going down into the same place you were before.
Hell, well, not the teleportation room. We're gonna go to the bunk room this time.
Well, there's lots of bunk rooms. They're individual
furniture.
rooms. They're
They're individual rooms.
right. The furniture is rotted away. There's a few things like the bed frames are stone, like things like that. But there's nothing nice to sleep on there technically. But I mean,
Josh is used to that.
yeah, you could sleep on them with your other sleeping materials too, or something. But yeah,
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
Carrick will spend some of his long rest rebuilding patch.
It's good. I will stand watch.
okay. So as you all retreat to whichever room you pick or out in the hall. Leroy will simply kneel in the middle of the hall, enter his sentry mode, and you all pass the evening. Leroy, could you make me 3 perception rolls, 1 for each of the shifts?
Most assuredly. And you'll know what they are before I do. 2. I can't guide myself for these, can I?
You can.
Oh, excellent. You know what? I'm just going to do that through here because that's much fancier. First one, second, third one. All right, so that's 18, 15, 20.
Okay. Yeah, sitting down there, deep, dark at night, there's, definitely not enough torches in this place, but it doesn't really matter to you personally. As you sit there in your sentry's rest, you, almost in a meditative state, are able to hear it's raining upstairs again. There's more water coming in through the opening to the outside world. Doesn't sound stormy though, and other than that, you don't detect anything living besides the continual breathing patterns of your party mates. But
All right.
the evening passes uneventfully.
Excellent.
You may all take the benefits of a long rest.
Yay! Yay for not dying.
Yeah, it's health again.
Yeah.
Not dying is a good thing. Can confirm.
Click that long rest button. Nice.
Click it again.
Got a +1 great secret. Got some fireballs. Fireball.
We all thought it. Thank you for bringing it to reality.
I do my best.
Okay. Alright, let's tackle that vault.
Alright.
Alright, so you all head upstairs to the vault room then?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
So here you are again at the opening of this door to a 15-foot long, 5-foot wide room with a vault on the other side. I think you guys took back your broken rope and used it elsewhere, so I don't think there's anything else. The room is as you left it.
Alright. Does someone simply want to walk in and, I don't know, see what happens? I think we're at that point.
I have tried that.
Nothing exploded, correct?
Right.
You said.
I even physically touched all the things that looked weird, and still nothing happened.
Carrick, would you like to take a look at the lock?
Carrick is going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Both walls and the safe are magical.
Can I determine which school of magic it is?
The safe is definitely abjuration. The walls, one of them is abjuration. The other one is illusion.
Oh shit.
Which side?
The right side is
What do
illusion.
the walls look like to me from here?
They look like walls, but with the shimmering color of each school of magic that you recognize, kind of overlaid on them, like an aura.
Carrick is going to see this and go, this is very interesting indeed. There seems to be some sort of, not only just a magical shielding on the vault itself, but on the walls as well. There seems to be some magical illusions and shielding.
Oh, interesting. I immediately try to put my hand through the illusions.
You put your hands through the illusions, you said?
I want to try to go through the illusion. Yes.
Okay, your hands meet a wall.
Fuck.
That is genius, using the illusion of a wall to hide a wall.
I mean, his hands touch a wall where he expects a wall to be.
Carrick is going to walk up to the vault. So he's like within like a few inches of it.
Okay.
He's going to try and study it and just look it over and try and determine the arcane nature of it without touching it.
Okay, make me an Arcana check.
Anyone want to help me out?
I would love to help comma guide you.
Thank you.
I'll help as well.
All right, so advantage and guidance.
Yep.
All right. Let me find a D4. Man, I'm gonna have to roll the D4 on one. Roll 20. That's fine. Okay. All right. All right.
What's the verdict?
The verdict is a 24.
Pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Looking over this save with Detect Magic still running, a little closer, you're able to kind of see the aura almost as if it's a magnetic field, where it kind of ebbs and flows and moves through the object. It doesn't tell you exactly how the magic surrounding the object works, but, you know, given your knowledge of Arcana, you can kind of get the gist of it. It gives you a slight edge as well. It looks like the magic is centered on the dial to the safe, and seems to flow outwards from there. You're unsure exactly what spell has been cast here, but it looks to trigger in response to something happening with the dial.
Does it seem like a trap?
Make me an insight check.
Against the wall's deception check.
Yes.
The wall will deceive us. We must be careful.
That is insight, you said?
Yes, please.
17.
17, okay. It definitely seems trapped to you.
I think this vault's trapped.
Yes, that's why we're all standing in the
Agree.
hallway.
As Carrick and like Felicia and whoever guided him are all just like looking at it.
Josh just looking in from the hallway like, good luck.
Ah, yes, this vault is made of vault.
Have fun storming the castle.
All right. If no one has mage hand, I don't mind. I'll just take the bullet and see what happens.
I have mage hand, but I don't know how good about picking locks I might be.
Maybe I can aid you in that. Maybe I can have you use my tools out of efficiency, but give you advantage.
We did discuss this last week.
I think we did, yeah.
Also, it would be rather difficult.
Nah, you're
I
just
feel.
gonna have to take this risk, bud.
I also feel like it would be difficult to use thieves' tools one-handed, but yeah.
Don't worry, we have the ability to revive someone.
If we want to use these tools and a mage hand, I'm proficient in the, and I have mage hand as a cantrip.
There you go.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah, that.
I'd say you could do that with disadvantage, trying to use lockpicks with one hand.
All right.
But yeah, you could do that.
How?
Well, if you are deciding to do so, you just declare that you're actually doing so and get the party to step back, whatever.
All right. Is this a good plan? Should we do this?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What
I
else are
think
we gonna
so.
do? Let it sit locked? No.
Just never
got
open
heals.
it.
Leroy, can you help him out with that that magic thing you do?
I would love to. I don't know why I just moved to London.
It happens.
It does. Sometimes you just wake up in Trafalgar Square.
Sometimes, man.
But yeah, I'll guide.
Okay.
And help if I can, but I feel like Carrick would be doing that more.
Okay, so Karik, make me... you're proficient in Thieves' Tools, so make me a dexterity check with proficiency at disadvantage.
Garrett?
I thought Milos.
Oh,
was
sorry.
going-
Yes, Milos.
Dexterity check with something.
So yeah, roll dex, add your proficiency modifier, and then roll it twice and take the lower.
Okay.
But he's being helped as well, so straight roll.
He can't be helped with Mage Hand. No one's like
No?
actively.
Okay.
I mean, so if someone wants to go up next to the Mage Hand and assist, I'd allow it.
So he can
Okay.
be guided.
If, like a
to
second
that.
Mage Hand user that was also proficient in Thieves' Tools or something.
But that would kind of ruin the point of using the mage hand. So
Right.
Right.
But he can be guided, yeah. So,
So dexterity check at disadvantage.
yep,
So I got a 12.
12 plus proficiency. It should be 3.
And a D4.
That's 15. And a D4. So 15 plus 4 is 19.
19, not bad. Okay.
Nice.
Sitting there for a while, you are attempting to kind of, move the dial some and feel for, internal mechanisms of this tumbler moving around and trying to figure out the correct combination or to bypass it entirely. About a half hour passes and still isn't open. But
Well, that didn't
you
quite
feel
work.
something click and something magical goes off in the area. You don't see anything, but all of you feel like the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end for a massive amount of magical energy, and then the feeling passes. Otherwise, your mage hand is still there, and it still has the thieves' tools in it.
Does it feel like a dangerous magical energy, or
It felt
kind of-
like just a lot of magical energy releasing all at once, but not directed at any of you.
well, try the door, I guess.
That was strange.
yeah? Before we do that again, I want to look through the place to see if anything's changed.
Okay.
Just to give a quick scan through the rest of the building.
Sure, just kind of briskly walking around, looking around. Is that your
Yeah, just
plan?
make sure nothing.
Okay. Yeah, make
Terrible.
me a perception check. And if you want to move quickly at disadvantage, if you want to move normal pace, regular roll.
I'll move quickly, but I'll guide myself.
Okay.
So perception plus a D4 plus it was at disadvantage. Oh lordy. So that's a 9. It looks like.
9. Okay.
Does the
Walking-
roll include the modifier or?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I rolled a 2. Dang, that's
Yep,
it.
unfortunate. So walking through the halls, nothing looks different to you. I mean, the torches are still burning. The hallways are still collapsed downstairs. You don't see any new doors or new passageways. Anything else you're looking for?
All right,
Everything
when I
looks
get
pretty
back,
much the same.
I will relay that.
Well, did anyone try to pull on the door? Did it just open? Is
The
it
door did not just open, but no one has attempted to pull on it yet.
okay? Well, if no one is feeling confident, and if Mage-Hand cannot open it, I will attempt to pull on it.
Please do.
Okay.
Good luck. Character will stand back.
Drost,
All right.
the minute you touch the box, it's like an electric shock hits your arm, and I don't picture Drost to be super hairy. I don't think he would be, but whatever hair you do have immediately stands on end, just like you thought
Goliath
earlier. But
Don't have body hair.
Yeah, he's bald.
okay,
He's like-
your metaphorical hair stands on end, and make me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma?
I feel like his nipples
Please,
just
man.
get harder.
You hate me.
I don't hate you. This is what I wrote in ahead of time.
Yeah, that's a 6.
A 6. Oof. Okay. Drost, all you see is darkness. The pain is gone, but you don't really feel anything else. Everyone else, you just see Drost vanish.
man.
What?
I hate
I
when the
dropped.
deck of many things.
Oh shit!
You also, some of the torches in the hall outside light up, and you start hearing some fairly loud sounds, kind of these screeches and wails coming from the hallway.
Oh no.
It wasn't good.
We
Oh,
triggered the
dear
trap.
Druff.
Should have just walked in and touched it.
Does anyone do anything in response to this?
I go to the hallway.
I think it's a
and check on the
banishing
source
spell.
Of the wailing.
I do not exist anymore, so I will simply wait.
All right. Sorry, what did Nakarath say?
Or I will go find the source of the wailing.
Okay. It appears as if each and every torch is wailing, almost like some sort of alarm.
Do I
Oh.
have any idea what the nature of the spell that made Drost vanish was?
So give me an Arcana check, sure.
Alright. Guide?
No, you
Okay.
didn't
Arcanized.
do this.
Well,
you can make a separate
Oh,
check
what the
if you
heck?
want,
Well,
Oh no.
since this is
I'm gonna do
questioning
my
your
own.
personal
Would?
knowledge. Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah, no idea. You've never seen this before. Leroy,
right, I'm
please.
gonna do my own check if that's okay.
Yep,
Because
yep.
I didn't get a chance. Right.
Anyone who's proficient in Arcana may.
Cool, I'll do one as well.
Oh well, I got a 5. So
I got a 23.
I also
Oh.
got a 23.
Thank
Definitely some kind of banishment.
Yep, as I suspected.
you. Oh, so he'll get better.
Hopefully, Dross will come back to us in like a minute or so. And
Turned me into a newt.
So, anyone else doing anything in this period of time?
kind of just waiting to see
Alright.
if Dross comes back in like a minute.
Yeah, about a minute later, the wailing stops, the torches die down, and Drost, you suddenly find yourself in the same position you were in before, but slightly farther back, no longer touching the safe, so you don't trigger it again.
Oh.
Oh, did something happen?
Yeah, you vanished for a minute.
And all the alarms went off.
Oh, well, it appears I'm back.
It doesn't
It
feel
appears
that way.
so.
I suppose.
Insight to see if it really draws.
You may.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
well,
I like the way you think, though.
I guess, Milos, if you want to just walk in and take a look, it's not that dangerous.
So, Milos, in your arcane sight at the moment, the safe is still glowing.
Okay.
Or, Karak, I'm sorry, I get the two artificers mixed
Okay.
up.
all
They all
good.
look the same.
You're both the same kind of artificer.
We have the same pet.
No, we don't. Yours is the dog.
Yeah.
Okay, Nakarath says he's going to go move bones, I guess.
Yeah, because I am contributing nothing here.
Okay.
Karik is going to trying to determine if the door is actually locked.
Make
He's just gonna
me
walk up to it.
an investigation check.
That's a 11.
Yeah, without touching it, I'm assuming you're not touching it. It's hard to tell if the door is actually still locked or not.
Yeah, he's gonna assume it's not, and he's gonna try to use his thieves' tools just with his bare hands and try and unlock it. Now that he knows the nature of the spell,
Okay.
not really too afraid of it.
Make me a Thieves' Tools check. So dexterity and I guess this time you could use your intelligence if you wanted to. It was dexterity before because Malice was attempting to do it one-handed, but intelligence check,
Gotcha.
proficiency, all that.
Let's see. That's another 11. Not very good.
Yeah. Will you back off after a few minutes, or are you gonna just keep pushing at it?
I'll probably just try and keep pushing at it.
All right. So after,
Hopefully try not to break down.
again, a few more minutes of trying, you hear another click, and make me a charisma saving throw.
Man, we're way
Ooh,
less
that's good.
surprised this time.
That's a +0, but that's an 18.
18. Okay. You feel the energy travel up your body and kind of into your mind, but you managed to. You're expecting it. You saw it happen to Drost, and you even saw the energy flow through him before, and you're able to ward it off for now. No effect.
Cool. So I'll keep going at it. I'll try and unlock it.
Okay. Another check then.
All right, that's better.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna guide some.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little
That
distracted.
is no worries. That's a 22 total.
You feel like you're onto something, but you're not quite there yet. Make me another charisma saving throw.
16.
No effect.
Cool.
Damn, son.
Almost there. I haven't gotten it quite yet. Milos, do you mind helping me out?
Sure, I can do that.
All right. One more check. I won't say last because you could technically keep doing this, but
Guidance.
guidance.
All right. So guidance and advantage. I think it's the same thing as last time. 22.
22. Yep. It's like it's right there, but still are not quite getting it. Another charisma saving throw from both of you this time.
Uh-oh.
That's a 9.
Yep. You see nothing but blackness, darkness all around you.
I
Yep.
got
Same.
a
Same with you.
natural one.
You both disappear from this plane as everyone watches. The thieves' tools just clatter to the ground.
Well, this is the worst.
You all hear
wait
the
for the
screaming
minute.
and wailing and the roaring flames of the torches. But a minute later,
I
they're back.
see. So that is what happened to me. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it.
Nothing too bad.
It's quite painless.
Indeed.
I know, I almost just want to try, see how it feels.
Go ahead.
No, y'all are making progress. I certainly don't want to get in the way of that.
All right, so try again.
Yep. You may.
I'm assuming all the same boons as before.
Yep.
I'd assume so, yeah.
Oh my god, same thing. 22.
Yeah, it's just this thing won't budge, man. I'll skip the charisma saving throw this time. We'll say you go in, you last a minute, you come back out, and here you are again.
Let's switch up some dice here.
You guys have been at this for a few hours now. It's getting pretty close to midday at this point.
I think at this point, I would say, let me know when you get it, and I'll just go start moving bones.
Okay. So you
All
go help Nikarth, who's already made a good bit of progress. But with two of you, it'll go much faster.
I'm going to continue to stand by for healing in case these goons end up injuring themselves.
All right.
I will continue guiding.
All right.
All right. Almost, guys. I feel like we can get through this.
Nikarth's got like crazy,
Fuck.
crazy hair, like
It's not helping.
it's like shaking and like. Yeah.
That's like a 15.
No. You feel like you're getting farther away. It's now early afternoon. You spent basically half a day just on this lock, getting repeatedly thrown into another dimension and popping back into this one. It's getting pretty tiring. But you do feel like you almost had it a couple times.
When you're getting that 22, what is like the actual natural roll that you're doing?
I have a natural +6, so it's when the total on the dice I get is 16.
Including a d4 in there, so
Correct.
you have a very high potential of 30, but...
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Yep.
You gotta know where to be.
For the sake of brevity, since I assume you'd continue doing this, Karg, why don't you make me a roll on a d6.
Okay. It's a 3.
A 3. Okay, so 3 more hours later of this repeated process of popping to another dimension and popping back and going crazier and more wide-eyed and more crazy frizzy hair as your mind is just going into overdrive and you're stressed out. Finally, you hear a click. And the door pops open just the tiniest bit. And this wave of relief washes over you, and it almost knocks you on your ass. But it looks like... But it looks like, for now, the safe appears open.
Oh my god.
What's in it?
I think we did it.
You could pop it open if you want.
Keeping my distance.
By the traveler himself, we did it.
Ugh,
And
thank
Karga's gonna
goodness.
try and whip that door open.
Okay. As you open the door to the safe, at first you don't see much. It looks mostly empty, but upon a closer inspection, there's a rune engraved in the bottom. You don't recognize the rune. It looks giantish, but...
Oh, good thing I'm not there. Don't step on that. Do whatever you're feeling.
Karga's gonna go yell, Drost! Drost, come here, we got it.
Jonas, make me a perception check from across the, like, hundreds of feet away of stone doors and rooms.
Yeah,
No, you don't hear a thing.
I'm
Patch,
just
go
gonna
fetch Drost.
Take a load up, buddy. I'll go get him.
I'm deep in conversation with
Oh no, it's fine. Patch can handle it.
the monk about ale.
Oh, you
Patch will
fixed Patch
dash
during
all
rest,
the way
right?
over there.
Conversation about ale while you move bones in the bone zone. Which you probably have made pretty good progress. I'm assuming are you trying to clear out the room, or are you trying to just move the pile of glowing bones somewhere? I didn't quite catch what
We're
you
pretty
were-
much just clearing the room.
Oh, okay, so taking the bones up outside?
It's like-
or...
It's like, I guess making a big pile for now, but I'd eventually want the bones out of there,
The
right?
bones are already kind of in a pile, just the pile's around the outside edge of the room. I don't know what you guys meant by clear bones. I probably should have asked that earlier.
Move them outside.
I guess move them outside, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. Okay, so you've moved in the, like, more than a full workday of hours you've been at this with Nakarath now. You've moved a good fourth of the room's worth of bones.
It should also come as a given that we are searching as we...
Sure. Yeah, make me a perception check then.
Alright.
Both of you, or one with advantage. Now that I see Karen's
Oh.
back.
Kieran, would you like to make a perception check?
Fuck yeah.
Alright. Mine is a... Oh!
Nice. So yeah, so looking through these piles of bones as you lift some out, you find a couple that, they're not particularly glowy like the ones you found before, but they're definitely different than the other bones. They have a slight sheen of blue on them at least. So you lob them in with the other bones as well. They might be at least worth something. So that pile increases slightly as you go. And you've cleared about a fourth of the run.
Did we ever figure out why the bones were blue?
I mean, not officially, no. There were some theories from the party members, but...
Because they're kind of turning into Kyber Dragon Shards.
Right.
right, so I'll assume at this point that Patch has run up to Drost.
Yes, what do you need, little dog?
He's gonna bark at you and like motion to start running down the hallway back towards the rest of the vault.
Quite strange. Okay, I will follow.
All right. A few moments later, as you're all sitting there at the vault, any of you still at the vault doing anything in particular in the meantime? In the maybe minute or so?
Carrick would have ritually. I mean, if it would have lasted more than 10 minutes.
The patch casting? Patch running? No. Probably about a minute. Maybe 2.
Okay, then probably nothing.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to do.
Yeah, it's probably a minute to get to Drost, then another minute back or so. Well, maybe even less because Patch is pretty fast. Regardless, Drost arrives. You see the safe open, Drost. You see an exhausted Milos and Kark. And you see a rune at the bottom of the safe. Nothing else in it.
What is the rune?
The rune, to you recognize as the word open.
It just... Oh. Is that what you pressed?
No,
That rune
that
right
just
there.
happened to be there when we opened the.
Oh, what the rune says, open. Did you not know that?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, we don't really read giant. Could you teach me that?
Yes, actually. I speak it better than common.
Oh, I wonder what you sound like when you speak that.
Like a giant. Giant-ish.
Ah, I haven't talked to too many of those.
Good for you. They're horrible.
Oh, is that how you got your nickname?
By killing giants. I'll let you figure it out.
Yeah, I think I've got that one. Anyway, so it says open?
Yes. It's. I assume it's command to open maybe from inside, so you do not get locked in. Otherwise, I don't know what it would be used for. It's hard to open it from the outside.
That is fair. It took a while. Do we, know the combination now?
Yes.
Good.
I'll assume that's the first thing Kark would have done upon the thing being broken open. Or at least he's...
That's fair. So the only thing in there is a rune that says open on the floor?
Correct.
It's a little anticlimactic. Is anything
Can you
in there-
speak? Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Kark would say to Drosta, "Can you speak that rune, please, and see if anything happens?"
Good point.
Yeah. I can take a step in and put my hand on the rune.
All right. As soon as you touch the rune, the wall to your right vanishes and opens up into a much larger room, the same size as all the other rooms down this hall.
Oh, dope.
Oh shit!
Showing
What's
that the safe was more protecting the actual room itself rather than its own contents. Inside the room,
Nice.
you see many paintings on the wall. Some paintings wrapped up on the floor. A few statues, golden statues, crystalline statues, things like that, scattered around the room. Very valuable stuff. You also see a small corner of what looks to be very shiny equipment and such. And a pile of gold in another corner. This looks to be someone's treasury.
Well, let's check out and inventory it.
All right.
Alright. I suppose we'll spend the rest of the day going through the pile.
And
Yep.
tell the rest of the party about it as well.
May I assume that one of the artificers is identifying things as they come?
If not both.
Okay, fair enough. So it's already late afternoon, maybe 4 p.m. in the day. You guys spend a few hours going through things, inventorying them, figuring out their value with your best guesses, things like that. All of the art in the room together, you guess would probably be about 400 gold pieces worth of just art. Just these paintings and statuettes and things.
Oh man, this is some shitty art.
Who is writing this down, by the way?
I assumed you would, but I can't.
I have not been keeping inventory, but I can.
I'll do it.
Alright.
Go for it.
The gold in the corner, somebody just sat and counted that while the artificers were doing their thing, is about 300 gold pieces worth of just raw gold coins.
Alright.
And then scattered among some of the art objects and also in the corner with the few pieces of equipment, you guys find some things that are magical.
Alright.
First, you find a sentinel shield, which, while holding this shield, you have advantage on initiative and perception checks.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Yep. You also find a pair of glasses with these blue lenses that are very shiny. And though you imagine it would kind of tint the world around you like colored sunglasses do in real life, the magic in them appears to affect those around you rather than the user themselves. So while wearing the item, this is the Eyes of Charming. They have 3 charges, and you can expend 1 charge to cast the Charm Person spell.
Alright, I assume we're giving that to one of the charisma-based people.
I actually might want that, but I'm
okay.
not really the face. Who was doing most of the talking? Was that Felicia?
Felicia, yeah.
Felicia,
It
yeah.
may be good to
Probably
stick some others, though. Please, yeah.
You also find a bag of some kind of dust. It's mostly empty, but it's full of some substance on the inside, and this bag is tan, and this is a tan bag of tricks.
Wait, what?
It's called a bag
Mind
of
if I
tricks.
keep this one?
If someone reaches into the bag, they pull out a creature.
Huh.
You roll a d8 and consult a table to see which creature you pull out of the bag.
Oh shit!
This
This
is
is
a fun
the
little
useful
tool.
one.
Is
Yep.
this a 1 in 8 chance to pull out a Tarask?
No.
No, but it's got...
Jackal, 8, baboon, axe beak, black bear, giant weasel, giant hyena,
Yep.
and tiger.
I actually
that's-
I rolled for all of this loot, and my jaw was just continually dropping with every item that was in here. It's great.
That's kind of wonderful, yeah.
The final thing you find is a very ornate fan. It's got kind of a pattern, like an artwork emblazoned on it on both sides of wind moving through trees and leaves being blown
I
off
was
the wind.
hoping it was this.
This is a wind fan. While holding this fan, you can use an action to cast the Gust of Wind spell. And it can't be used again until the next dawn.
What the hell?
That's called Fan of Wind.
Wind fan.
It's a real Legend of Zelda item.
Yep. And that is
Well-
everything you find in this room.
Who wants what? Holy shit.
The only thing that Carrick speaks up for is the tan bag of tricks.
All right.
Yeah, if I'm gonna go for anything, it's the fan because that's the coolest item in the world.
It's pretty nice.
Actually, it's not, but it's really awesome.
It's a fun thing.
It is.
Who was it that said that? Was that Leroy?
Yeah.
You think that's interesting, huh?
I do.
Check this out, and you see a glow from the beneath his shirt, right under the where his sternum is in his chest, and he a giant gust of wind blasts from his hand across the room.
scattering
Oh, that
gold
is so
coins
cool.
and paintings flying across the room, but nothing is damaged.
Oh shit!
Okay, that was really cool. Don't do it in here.
Yeah, maybe not have been the best place to do it, but you get the idea.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, does anyone actually want that shield?
I mean, I could use it, but why?
It's an incredible artifact, but
It
I
is.
use a two-handed
Actually,
weapon.
I do make a lot of perception checks when I stand watch.
It's not attunement, so you guys could pass it back and forth whenever needed, too.
True.
Oh
true.
wow!
Oh, interesting.
And it's a shield, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could let somebody else have the wind fan for the shield. Actually, do I know how to use shields? Can you learn that? I don't know if warlocks can use
You-
shields.
Hexblades
do not.
can, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that might be problematic. I might just wear it as a hat while I'm keeping watch. Does that count?
Says while holding it, unfortunately, but
Oh, dang.
technically speaking, you can hold it. It would
That's
just
true,
it would
I
just
can
count
hold
as
it.
you wearing armor that you are not proficient with, therefore causing disadvantage on ability checks. So it would cancel out to you not having a advantage perception check. But
Awesome.
but you could technically do it.
Yeah.
Technically possible.
Technically possible.
I might hold on to that.
Yeah, you should take that. I'll take the fan.
All right. Well, Just is sitting there looking at both his shields, his hammer, and his greatsword, like I don't know what to do. I have
saw
too
someone with
many
a,
things.
I saw someone with a double shield build in Dark Souls 3 the other day.
Oh yes, brilliant.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I don't think anyone has claimed the Eyes of Charming yet. And that would be
Correct.
the last
Oh,
item.
I thought
unclaimed.
Felicia would handle that well.
yeah. I thought we were just giving them to Felicia.
Yeah, I can take them.
All right.
Oh no, twist my rubber arm. I can take them.
Listen.
So Felicia now looks like an '80s, like more on the hippie side of rock stars, like the
Yeah, like Miss
the
Shepherd.
like the bright blue lens sunglasses and like the long flowy like. What was the pattern you chose for your cloak again? I forget, but
Oh, it's just like kind of like auburn, like gold, bronze, like shimmering.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'm looking.
super shiny.
Pretty fly for a white guy.
Oh, good. Now there's two of us who are bad at hiding.
Felicia looks like she just walked out of the premium store of the MMO. Like,
While they're all just hanging out in this room, Carrick is gonna say, "Hey, Drost,
Yes.
you were interested in using some of this adamantium, right?
Oh, I think we're all interested in the adamantium. It's very valuable.
For sure. What were you trying to make with it?
Well, anything really. Tools are useful. Weapons, armor. Whatever
Well-
is most useful for the most people, I suppose.
For sure. I was curious about maybe infusing patch with it, but
Oh, now would you be able to infuse just patch, or would you infuse Neko as well?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much it would take to do it. I'd have to do some research.
Oh, if you are staying while we walk, do your research, and if I find more, I suppose I'll attempt to acquire it.
Sounds good.
how much AC does Patch have at this moment?
Good question. Let me check.
Actually, I could look up that stat block, but if it's equivalent to like a medium armor variety, you could probably make 2 sets like that. But
Okay, so technically we can enhance both
50-15.
animals, maybe.
15, okay, yeah. So you could probably scrap together enough to make both of your steel defenders adamantium defenders.
But then that would be it. That would be all of it. That would be all 200 pounds.
Yeah, because I think I mentioned to Drost earlier. He could either make plate or 2 half plates. So yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I wouldn't want to use it all for us as well. I think we would end up having to use it all if it was to be just Neko and Patch. But
Well, if
I think
use
the
it,
members of our party are also more important than our beast of burden.
yeah, if I use it for my armor, it'll be all for me, which is a lot.
Well,
A
would
lot of
Neko and
adamantium.
Patch hit Hada if we were to upgrade them?
They already do force damage, and so it wouldn't change their damage type to magical or anything. It would just negate crits for them.
And I'm gonna try to convert either the +1 great mace we have or the +1 great sword to my hammer.
Right.
And try to transfer them so I can have a +1 warhammer.
Right.
So I don't really need an adamantium weapon per se, so I wasn't really worried about that. Tools would be more for utility. So armor for me or the dogs seems the most useful.
If I had to decide between those two, I wouldn't mind letting you use the brunt of it just to give yourself some upgraded armor.
Yeah.
I'd
'cause
rather
there's
keep you
also-
alive than Patch. I can rebuild Patch. I can't rebuild you.
Can't rebuild Drost.
No, with that attitude.
There's also enough metal in the gates and stuff once we take it apart for me to build full plate out of that.
Yeah.
Even though it'll take a while.
Perfect. Carrick is going to take the adamantium out of his bag and put it in one of the rooms. Or he's gonna put it in the forge. He's gonna leave it in the forge.
Okay.
Did
It's 200
we-
pounds.
Yeah, that's good for the forge. Did we say how much gold was on the floor?
300, I thought.
Yeah, 300 pieces.
Oh, it was only 300?
Yeah, right?
Aww.
What is this place?
You
Peasant?
got, it's got art to sell if you can find someone wealthy enough to buy it, though.
Or we can spruce the place up with some art.
That's true.
Like, what's that scene in Parks and Recreation? It's like, give me $20 of art.
Yeah, basically
that's what
that.
we need.
You have 400 gold pieces of art.
Alright. Well, that was pretty much a full day. So I'm assuming we're gonna rest again.
Yeah, it's been a full day now. Which, by the way, for the day we started on, the day that just passed, whoever is keeping track of foods should subtract 2 days worth of food, please. I think that was.
Yeah, it's
Kark.
me. I'll subtract 2 days worth.
All right, thank you.
Alright. So we need supplies to spruce up the place. Torches. Forge. Is that it for now? We could also get another month of food, like, dry stores. How much do we want of that?
For sure. I would just get like
So
at least 100 gold worth, or like at least 50 gold worth. That will last us like months.
Yeah,
And
and
Joss-
something
Joss
for
is just
bedding and
discussing-
stuff, too.
Oh yeah,
bedding.
that would be great.
Yep. So Joss is discussing this with everybody in the morning, because assumingly this is the day we're gonna head out.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Sure. So we'll say you guys took a long rest. I'll assume
I'll make my
Leroy.
tools if you want.
We'll just say that the night passed uneventfully.
Okay.
This time. So no need. But yep. So it's the next morning. We were all discussing this. You can take another long rest as usual. Swap out spells if needed, etc.
What shall we do with our horses?
They haven't been fed in a few days, huh?
Well,
Not
I
that
would
I'm
have
keeping
kept
track.
them at a stable.
Presumably
them
they
in
can
town.
graze, right?
Didn't you ride them to the forest?
No, we left them
No,
in town
I
at the
thought we left
stable.
them
Oh,
in
okay.
vault.
Fair enough. So they're being kept taken
Yeah,
care
I
of.
fucking
then.
hope they're feeding them.
Fair enough.
So, does there seem like there's a way to get the horses into the base, or out?
Or there's a teleport circle.
Make me an animal handling check, Kark, just to see if your experience with animals is enough to tell if you could get them down those stairs.
11.
11. You think the stairs are wide enough for the horses, but they might still have some trouble, like, looking over the edge and getting spooked by that. So you think it might be possible, not convenient, but possible if you were able to coax them down somehow?
Okay.
Good enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I suppose the group that is moving will start moving. Assumedly Jost is going to carry things.
Felicia should probably come to negotiate.
Do we
Sure
want
thing.
to think about? Well, mostly we should probably just shop, like look around, scout for someone who will buy art first, instead of carrying it. So we
I
won't
don't
worry.
Yeah,
think
for sure.
we'll find someone in Galt that'll buy the art, but
Could be a later thing.
You also did just offload a large portion of your bag of holding into the forge room.
Oh man, just yeet the art into there.
Just saying. But either way, so who is going along again? I heard Felicia. Who else?
I think Drost and Leroy.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep cleaning up bones and rubble and shit.
Okay.
Nicorith, you are a treasure.
Yeah, otherwise it's I'll tell them to bring me back like lots of cloth and shit that I can use to make
All right.
bedding and stuff.
Here's
I don't know what
maybe-
to tell them to get, but I think Nikarith would.
Fair enough. Here's maybe an easier question: who is staying behind?
Kark wanted to.
Milos is going to.
Okay.
Felicia said she was going to as well.
Felicia said she was going along, I believe.
Going along?
Oh no, we
Yeah, I'm
wanted
coming with.
Felicia to come along. but
Okay. Oh
we
yeah,
weren't sure if it
because
was.
yep.
Okay.
Felicia could.
And okay, so Nikarith, you said you were staying behind as well. Okay, so the four of you will head out, assuming Nala will stay behind. I guess so the four of you guys will stay home. It's Drost, Leroy, and Felicia that are leaving for Galt.
And Kark would have given Dross 150 GP
All right. So,
Milos would also
for
be giving
supplies.
Drost the same amount. for
okay, so
torches.
300.
All
Do we
right.
want to use the 300 from the vault?
Oh yeah, we can just do that instead.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
We'll use the 300 from the vault for supplies.
well, I was thinking as well because we also need money for supplies.
Yeah. I mean, we can probably afford whatever it is, and then just reimburse.
Yeah.
All right.
So, are you guys still giving 150?
Well,
Silence.
Oh, you're asking like everyone?
They
I
wanna
thought they were
give me
individual
money.
contributions. I'm pretty poor. Honestly, I don't feel good about contributing, but
That's if you don't need to. I mean,
Kark doesn't mind
Seems like it's a
contributing,
lot.
but he
I
thinks
can-
the 300 is plenty for what we're trying to get.
okay, so we're just doing like 6 torches.
We can get way more than 6 torches and a bunch of food for 300
Oh, I thought
gold.
they were 50 per.
No, the 6.
No, we're just talking
magic
about normal
torches.
torches.
Oh, we're
we
just
don't
doing
have to get
normal
magic
torches for
torches.
now?
You can get tons of those. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So 300 is good enough for everything then, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, yeah, then we'll be fine. Okay. Sorry, I thought we were still doing the magic ones.
No sweat.
Oh, well then we're good. Yeah, we got 300 gold.
Alrighty.
All right.
So, for those who are leaving, I'd like somebody to take the survival roll for navigation.
Big question. As we're hitting the front door, Joss will look around and say, how do we find our way back? It's very confusing in this wood.
Ah, shit. I guess I have to go with you.
Well, we could. No, I'm not.
I got no ideas, friends.
I have so many stupid ideas.
I'm thinking, like, do we just drag a rope behind us? And, I don't know. Like,
I mean, I can set a fire.
Create a Hansel and Gretel bread trail of art objects.
Okay.
Create a
never
bone
mind.
tower.
Cut
I
the
do
art to
like
shreds and make a
blazes,
path.
like tree markings.
Like,
Is
what's-
that?
what's the least ridiculous idea? Tree markings is a good one.
All right,
Though the
I can
forest
cast
is
shatter
weird.
twice per half hour. So we just blow up one path.
All
I
right.
like the way you think.
All right. That's
Hard
definitely
to miss.
It might take you a while, but
It's definitely an
it
idea.
also wouldn't be a very secret base anymore. But
No?
Slow and steady is the race.
I like it.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. So let's not do that.
Oh, that's not a good one?
Do we have? Can anyone cast like locate item? Could we leave something out front that someone could locate?
I think that only works for 1,000 feet.
Yep.
You also
Well, you just
assume I
have to
have
keep
many
within 1,000
spells,
feet, don't you?
Hansel and Gretel, but for 1,000 feet instead of a couple.
Drop ball bearings on the way.
Oh, I have 1,000 of those. So that's probably at least 1,000 inches, depending on the distance we want to leave them. Each other.
Does no one have ideas? Because otherwise we're just gonna fucking wing it.
All right, how about this? I have ball bearings, and I can just nail them into a tree like Eldritch Blast or something.
I'm not against it.
Ball bearings?
What do y'all think?
Are we gonna notice that?
I mean, maybe.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
definitely perhaps.
Definitely, perhaps. I like it.
Definitely, maybe. Okay.
Definitely
We
get
just,
some
like-
map supplies when you're there.
Can we just like carve a path a little bit? Like we have weapons and tools. Like how hidden is this place? I don't recall. / haven't gotten there in my catching up.
So you're saying just use our swords and shit and make it obvious which way we went?
Or you know, like our feet. You know, like animals do.
Man, I was thinking about like taking small trees down on the way. That's where I was.
I mean,
I
I'm
think that's
still
where.
down for the shatter plan.
I think everyone will do their own special thing. It would be great.
I like it.
Let's just do
create
that. Let's
bonfires.
just-
A cantrip. I can just keep doing it.
Yeah, create a bonfire. Do that. Burn the whole fucking forest down.
Yeah.
All right, let's just do our own thing on the way. Everybody does their thing, and we'll
That's
find our
awesome.
way back somehow.
So, Jordan,
The
our
mock
plan
of
is
the strangers.
we're going to disrupt the forest enough that we know how to get back.
Just be sure the forest doesn't disrupt back.
Is this a disruptive forest?
I'm gonna be waiting for you guys to get back for so long.
Everyone's gonna
Said you were
starve.
going out for a pack of
It's
cigarettes.
gonna be like, it's 1 week before we have to go to Passage. Where are they?
Oh boy.
Cutting down trees.
Yep. All right, let's do it.
All right,
Let's go.
you guys just gonna wing it then?
Yeah, we're
yeah.
just gonna wing it. I'm gonna be
Gonna
swinging
beat a
my sword
path.
the whole way.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, if I can like really pound down the ground with my feet or anything, they are metal plates basically.
So you guys are gonna be moving. I'll assume you're moving at a stealthy pace, but not stealthily at all.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
so if you two are doing that, I'll have Felicia navigation check.
Sure.
Since she's not swinging a hammer or sword or Eldritch Blast everywhere. And yeah, that'll do.
Navigation, huh?
So that would be a survival check.
All right. Coming at you with a +0. 12.
12, okay. So, it takes you a while as you're all cutting a path, making it obvious where you're going through this forest. And by nightfall, you're still in the forest. You guys gonna...
But we know where we're going, right?
I mean, you don't see any landmarks, but Felicia's taking you in a direction.
We trust Felicia.
A direction.
Do we?
Can I?
Don't know if you.
I
all
can't
fit.
guide that, can I?
Do we just waste
That would be, I mean, for a full day of travel, you probably could have, sure, you probably could have repeatedly cast it.
Yeah, I mean,
But too
Maybe
late now.
next time, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's camp.
I'll
Alright.
keep
Alright.
watch.
We're gonna be
Alright.
lost forever.
Hell yeah.
I would like all of you to remove rations as well for the day.
Oh yes.
Right.
And
will
then
not
3
admit-
perception checks from Leroy.
All right. Just 1 second. Let's go to tab.
One ration
Sit
down.
down. Right. Won't guide them. Oh,
Alright.
heck, I didn't need to.
Well, okay, yeah, those are good. So, you can hear the sounds of the forest being very angry around you. Nothing comes to attack you quite yet, but, you see some eyes pass by the night, some, eyes that reflect the moonlight, or some fluttering of wings, and kind of the chattering of very large insect-like appendages, but nothing approaches you enough to be a threat, but the forest is definitely restless. Otherwise, the night passes uneventfully.
Why would the forest be restless?
I wonder. Alright, so it is the dawn of the next day.
Right. We might want to be a little bit more careful in our destruction. There were a number of creatures in the night. Just,
Well,
more careful in our resting.
Like that.
alright. Perhaps that was good enough to find our way back.
Perhaps.
Maybe we don't need to smash anymore.
I mean, nothing nuzzled me per se.
This time.
This time.
Alright.
Let's be careful.
So you're not smashing this time?
Maybe
I
a
will
little bit more subtle.
I will stop smashing my sword around. We will just let Kark do these subtle stomping or whatnot.
Okay.
Leroy?
So let's see, Leroy could probably do that at a normal pace. So you're
Yeah.
just trying to leave better footprints. So
I
I'll allow
would
any of the
double
3
it.
of you to make the survival check. Just one person, but it doesn't have to be
I
full.
got it.
Anyone but me. I will guide whoever it is.
Oh, you can do that too. Cool.
Sure,
Yes.
I'll allow it.
One of us guides, the other one helps.
Yeah, so was it survival? I'm horrible at that. Is anyone else not horrible?
I am 0
I'm
at that.
0.
I'm also 0.
Oh,
We have a
we were
party
the
that's
right
really
squad.
bad at survival.
I
and we
guess
picked a
I'll-
fucking base in the middle of the fucking scary ass woods.
We need
Yep.
to hire a druid.
Yeah, you took like the city sorcerer into the fucking woods. This is a disaster.
Okay,
Like
Well,
the kid who
since-
shouldn't have gone to summer camp.
since we're all +0, if you guys want to guide and help me, I guess I'll do it.
All right.
Is this where Nakara just starts multi-classing in the druid?
1 and
That
2.
doesn't increase your stats.
And give me 1 second. 1
ranger
and 2.
artificer.
So 19 is the best.
Alright. So, you feel like the last time you were slightly off course, though still in the general direction of Galt, so you kind of correct it, and over the course of this day and the last, you make it out of the forest. By
Oh.
nightfall, and you can see Galt in the distance now, so it'll be significantly easier to navigate, but nightfall hits when you're an hour or 2 of travel away from the forest. It's now back on the horizon. Still looming, still dark, still spooky, but no longer nearby.
That wasn't so hard.
Still nervous.
You guys can see the lightning rail track a few miles ahead of you.
Alright, let's get moving.
Well, it's now nightfall. You can push on if you want, but you would risk exhaustion levels.
Let's get camping.
We might as well just camp down for the night, head to town around 10.
All right.
As sentence.
As normal, rations for all three of you. The people back at the base should expend food as well, although I'll say since half the party is gone, Karik, if you want, you could reduce one party ration for now, for the 2 days.
Okay.
So, the rest of you. Leroy, 3 more perception checks unless somebody takes a shift from you.
I'll just make those perception checks.
Alright.
Well,
Pretty good.
11's the lowest.
The forest kind of almost forcefully draws your attention to it towards the end of the evening, but most of the time it's, it's pretty easy to see around you. It's actually a fairly dark night tonight, but that doesn't matter to you, so a lot of the other creatures around you can see in the distance can't see as well as they can't see around themselves as well as you can see them. But they're a few hundred feet away. They don't appear to be a threat. Just the normal wildlife going about their business, and the evening passes uneventfully.
All right.
I love that. I love it when the evening passes uneventfully.
Me too.
All right. Another survival check from a volunteer.
With guidance and advantage.
Indeed.
Wait, aren't we within visual range? No.
Yeah, but you still need to make a check to there's like almost a maze-like grouping of fields between you and there. You'll know when you're going in the right direction or wrong. The DC is considerably lower, but this is more
So we
about
don't
how quickly you get there.
This is about not trespassing.
That and, picking a good route as opposed to a roundabout route.
Fair. How about the straight line through every field? Alright, is Drost making the check?
I was waiting to see if anyone else wanted to, but if not, I will do it.
I'll give it a
As
go.
well. We're all rolling the same
No,
thing.
I'm giving it a go.
All right, let's do it. All right,
12 plus whatever.
Okay. 12 plus a d4. So that would be...
Oh, was it my d4? Sorry, for some reason I thought.
It technically doesn't matter.
What do I enter in roll 20? I just want to save the time.
Just one d4, yeah. Or you can... There's the dice symbol on the left side that...
Yeah, I don't.
Here, I got you.
These are the stuff that I.
You got
I
a
never
4.
do it.
Boom.
Hey, awesome. So 16.
All right, so yeah, you managed to find a pretty good route through the fields anyway there, and you feel like maybe one more good day of travel, you'd make it. So another day of rations from you all, another half party ration from Karik, or you can wait until tomorrow. Either way. 3 more perception checks from Leroy.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, not too bad.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Acceptable.
So, again, like the previous night, it's still pretty dark out. You're getting close to the middle of the month, and or at least slightly closer to the middle of the month than you were before, which is typically the darkest time in Eberron, as the full moon of each of Eberron's moons happens kind of right between each month. It's a lunar calendar. So, yeah, the evening passes uneventfully again. Although now you're close enough to Galt that you can see the commerce going in and out of Galt. You can just barely on the horizon see, the torchlit caravans entering and leaving late at night. Can't make out any more details than that, but there's definitely foot traffic.
Already?
It is the dawn of the last day of travel. Hopefully. One more survival check, please.
I will take this one.
I guidance you.
Yeah, 1, 2. All right. And D4, D4. So that's a 20.
All right. So yeah, you cut through the fields pretty well. Well, not through the fields, around the fields, across the paths. You managed to look far enough ahead of you to see a good route through the fields, and you arrive there mid-afternoon. You made a good pace. It's not evening yet, and the businesses are still open. Nothing is closed. It's still a bright sun in the sky, although maybe a few hours in the future it might go down. But You have arrived in Galt.
Right,
One more day
awesome.
of rations from you, please.
And is it like a market day or anything?
It is a Friday. People are mostly out busy working. It's not a market day.
All right.
But I mean, all the businesses are open around town. The general store, Whispers, the enchantment shop, a few others that you haven't like taken a peek into yet, but more common odds and ends and stuff.
All right.
All
So let's
right.
just blow this whole place up. Feel like
Sure. Okay. Nicholas
oh my
fireballs.
change.
I assume we would first get lodging settled for the evening.
Sure. Okay. So you can stop by the brass. I think it was the brass bolt. Was the one or the other?
I think that was the
I'm
one.
forgetting my names already.
Brass bolt, brass chain.
Yeah.
Yes. So the brass chain is the blacksmith. The brass bolt is the inn. And just for
Okay.
fun, bring us back here.
Okay. So we would set up rooms for the night and start our shopping.
And you guys had a pre-existing business relationship, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were they giving a deal or anything? I can't remember.
Well,
No.
I'm gonna seek that out.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they won't.
Certainly try. All right.
It's
So
not a good
you're
competition, it's
so it is 1 gold piece for each of you for lodging for the evening.
all right, I can cover that.
Unless you would like to haggle, but I mean that is the default price that is offered to you.
Felicia, were you going potentially talk to the proprietor here and
Yeah. Before we go in, I just want to say, how many are we trying to stay one evening? Is that a general plan here?
I'm assuming we will spend a single day acquiring supplies. We will grab the horses and head back.
probably, but we'll also be back with not a great degree
But not a what?
of infrequency.
Oh yes, so perhaps we should establish business relationships.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
already have a little bit. We saved the town. I have a feeling we're already well received.
I mean, I wasn't exactly around for that, but yes,
You're associated.
true.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll see if we can strike some kind of arrangement up.
And I'll
Let's
try to help because I'm like
let's also talk to the sheriff. It would be good to reach out to him again.
All
I
right.
agree.
So
Let's go into the bolt first.
okay. So as you walk in, Orla does not recognize Leroy, but she recognizes the other two of you, and she says, "Oh, welcome. To my good friends. Are you here to stay or just for a drink?"
It's so nice to be back. We are looking to stay one evening, but we expect that we might be returning to and from a little bit recently. I know we've been out of town for a spell, but I wanted to talk with you, Orla, because we love it here. We've enjoyed staying here since we started, and I'm hoping we could potentially strike up some sort of arrangement because we only really want to stay here. We don't want to, when possible, we want to make our way over to Gald, even if it's a little bit out of the way, just to support the local businesses around here. We I feel a certain emotional connection to this place after all that's gone down. So is there anything that you could offer us in terms of a group discount if we were to make ourselves even more regular?
Well,
we could
I-
also potentially reach out to other people if they stay.
all right. Felicia, make me a persuasion check at advantage, thanks to Leroy's help.
So, all right, eating good in the neighborhood, 25.
25. Okay.
That's well.
Well, for my good friends, and you make a good argument as well. I'll say, if you all bundle up into our doubled up rooms, I'll consider that half cost, and I'll throw in free meals as well.
That is extremely generous
That is
of you.
most generous.
All right.
Very kind of you. Thank you.
So there's 3 of you. Would that be 1 single and 1 double?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Strictly speaking, I don't need. I could stand watch.
We can
What I
do
mostly
one
do.
single and one double. That's not a problem.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't mind.
All right then. That would be 2 gold pieces for the lot.
Okay.
Well, I suppose I'm the money guy, so I'll subtract 2 gold, and I'll just kind of slide another one on top.
All right.
Because that's the only kind of persuasion Dross knows.
Thank you. Thank you. Any of you like any food or drink before, or do you have business around town still?
We have a little business before the shops close, but we'll be back tonight for some drinks.
Excellent. I will see you then, and good luck.
And where are my manners? My name is designation L3I07, but folks, nice to meet
She kind of looks taken aback when you give your designation first, and kind of her smile drops a little bit. She's confused, but once you give the name Leroy, she's like, "Oh, well, nice to make your acquaintance, Leroy. Any friends of these kind people here are certainly friends of mine."
All right, don't be a stranger unless you are.
I felt that in my soul. Okay. All right. So you guys have secured lodging and food for the evening.
Oh, really? For perpetuity?
For the evening. But I mean, yeah, you can come back and pay more for more lodging later.
Oh, yeah. I just meant we worked out a deal.
Yes.
Not free living forever. God, that's unreasonable. Let's go shopping.
All right. Where
So
to first?
I assume we're gonna swing by End Timber. Nope, End Timbers is the smithy. We're gonna stop by Timbers A Bentley and the general store to pick up some supplies there. We're gonna stop by a place that has cloth, and we're gonna stop by Whispers.
Okay.
Basically, general store and everything. Honestly, we just need everything.
Sure. Okay, so first Abe.
Yeah, let's do Abe first.
All right. At first, Abe's store appears to be closed. He's got like a big closed sign, like a sign on the door turned to the word closed.
I'll knock anyways.
Make me a perception check.
Me?
As the one closest to the door at the moment. Yep.
Is this a perception check via my knock, or wait,
Perception.
or...
You're like
Oh,
looking through the windows of the store, also listening for sounds.
I thought you meant persuasion. I was
Oh.
like, oh boy. Oh well, that's just as bad.
That
So.
really persuasive knock.
I'm like, at that point, in that case, I'm going to use athletics and just beat the shit out of the door.
I'm going to roll for seduction through my knock. Wait.
Seduce the door to let me in.
Don't say you couldn't do that, though.
I mean, you are a supreme handler of wood.
Oh boy. Anyways,
mute yourself.
yeah,
No.
you don't see any activity within the store. Just looks closed for now.
Well, it seems Abe is away for today. Maybe we visit tomorrow first thing.
Yes, that.
I mean,
Well,
we could
keep an eye
also walk around the back to his room. I know the window's right there.
Getting a little pushy, isn't it?
Is
Like,
that rude? I
lacking-
can't tell sometimes.
Hey, buddy, we want to buy some cloth.
I think we would call that a clanger. Circle.
Oh, okay. That's too much. Okay, I get it.
Correct. Yeah.
Sorry, big man.
Oh, thank you. Well, if we can't buy general supplies, it's whatever. I suppose
where he is.
I'll go talk to N Timbers and see if I can get material for the forge.
I
I'll
would
come with you.
go with him. Did I actually meet this guy after I beat it off?
And Timbers?
Yeah.
Don't think you would have, unless you would have had a reason to come to the blacksmith in Galt.
No, I just, just
Right. Okay. So no, you haven't met him yet. I don't think you've even. I don't think you would have had reason to come to Galt unless you personally would have had a reason in the meantime. Yeah. Because we were outside Galt, and that's where you left, and then we found you later in the forest. So.
right, yeah, for sure.
All right. So yeah, you were on your way to Galt and hadn't arrived yet when the cultists got you. So yeah, you haven't even set foot in here yet. So yeah, and Timbers. Oh, hello, Trost and Felicia. Was it Felicia? Yes. I don't know if we've made an acquaintance, but I've heard about you from around town. But
Mr. Timbers, pleasure to see you again. This is we call him Leroy.
Leroy, nice to meet you as well.
Pleasure to meet you.
What can I do for you today, Trost?
We happen to be in the process of restoring a forge.
Restoring a forge, you say? Interesting.
Yes, so we're looking for some raw materials.
I see. Now, we'll assume that you and converse for a bit about specifically what you noticed broken about the forge, the places that could be used, patching up the place, the missing bits of metal, missing handles to the tools, etc. And we'll give you a price tag of... Actually, make me a persuasion check, Drost.
I will help
May I
because I
assist?
am definitely. Yeah, I was definitely going to be involved in the conversation.
Yeah, same.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. You can roll with advantage.
Ha! Nat 20, which turns to a 19.
Excellent. Okay, so, and we'll offer you the price of 60 gold pieces for supplies to rebuild your forge.
Well, thank you, Anne. We appreciate the great.
He's a bit surprised at the volume of materials you need for this very large forge, but he happens to have what you need on stock.
Excellent. Does he have an extra supply of gas?
An extra supply of what? I'm sorry?
Sound like you said ass, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me too.
Yeah, I'm asking if he's a pimp, okay? Brass.
Brass. I believe he actually has some brass that Drost sold him recently. Still lying around.
Oh.
You had some scrap brass that you got on the train and sold to him in part of your trade for some equipment and stuff, but it hasn't been used yet. No, but he has some. He has some nicer, he has brassy uses in some of his equipment making and stuff. That's all kind of accounted for already. But that scrap brass, he hasn't had a plan for yet, and that was, I think, 35 gold pieces worth of brass.
Nice.
So if you wanted to buy that off him, you could.
So, my side thing that I was going to do over here is, other than restarting the forge, look for materials to make some Timbers Brass Assistants.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, by the way.
That's what you were going for, too? Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, I've got... No, everybody gets to really find out how much money Drost has.
So, per hammer, you'll need about 200 gold pieces worth of raw materials.
Yep.
Which we can...
So I've got 250 gold pieces worth of spell shards on hand. And then I've got another 400 in gold just on me, and then the 300 from the party as well, plus the 85 from that single bag.
All right.
I have 395 gold. And very little else that is as I give.
All right.
So let's see.
I have 1,000 ball bearings.
So the 250 plus the 400 is 650 on me personally, plus the 85. That's 735. That's just my money, and then the 300 from the party we have as well. But
all right. So with 735, you could make 3, and you'd have 135 left over.
I could round it out to.
How many
Yeah.
are you trying to get?
If you're willing to give 300, we could do 5 total, which is a lot.
I'll do that.
All right.
All right.
So that's 1,000 total.
You guys
gold
just
worth
begin
of-
piling gold up on poor N Timber's counter. As his eyes grow wider and wider, he says, "So you like to be assigned that much, yes?"
Oh, more than this, honestly.
It's
It's
beautiful.
incredible. I definitely can be using these for my projects. I'm very grateful that you shared it with me. More than grateful.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Drost, make me a persuasion check. Leroy is assisting you in this, thanks to adding his funds to the table and also being excited about the project, etc.
All right. Persuasione.
And if it's
one,
possible to guide
two.
here without like
Oh my god.
dramatic, I'd like to, but obviously.
No, he'd notice.
Okay.
So that's a nat 20 again.
Nat 20?
Yo.
Okay. So, N says, "Well, I'll be hurting for stock for a bit, but with this much gold, I'm sure I could even upgrade some of my equipment around here. So, how about I throw in supplies for one more? Let's call it 6.
Oh.
That's most generous, and
Yes.
we won't forget it then.
Well, I never forget what you've done for me, so thank you."
I'm glad we could be friends.
All right, so Drost, you are now loaded down with probably like 600 pounds of these materials, but you're a Goliath, you can probably take it.
Alright, I'm gonna remove my 250 gold of spell shards.
And from there, it is now 9:04. I just wanted to finish up that bit of the shopping trip leg. So we are going to close for this week, pick up the shopping and travel from next week. So I hope you all had a good
Alright.
time, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Nice.
Good night, everyone.
It's like I'm playing Animal Crossing in D&D as well.
Oh my god.